Hello everyone, I Kanir Chirag, Faculty of Diploma Computer in Dr. Subhash Technical Campus. Welcome all to Lecture 1 of Unit 3, Android Activities and GUI Design Concepts. In this lecture, we will discuss about hardware design consideration and design demand for Android application and different main component of Android application. So the first topic is hardware design consideration. Android device comes in many shape and size all around the world. Every Android device comes with different configuration and with OS design. Small and portable mobile devices offer exciting opportunity for software development. Their limited screen size and reduced memory storage and processor power are far less exciting and instead present some unique challenges. Now, what are the consideration compared to desktop or notebook computer? Mobile devices have relatively low processing power, limited RAM, limited permanent storage capacity, small screen with low resolution, high cost associated with data transfer, slow data transfer rates with high latency, less reliable data connection, limited battery life. Each new generation of phone improves many of these restrictions. In particular, newer phones have dramatically improved screen resolution and significantly cheaper data cost. The introduction of tablet device and Android-powered television has expanded the range of devices on which your application may be running and eliminating some of these restrictions. However, given the range of devices available, it is always good practice to design to accommodate the worst case scenario to ensure your application provide a great user experience no matter what the hardware platform it's installed on. So these are the hardware consideration. So and now next topic is design demand for Android app. Android has been tough competitor to most of the other smartphone operating system like Apple iOS, BlackBerry OS, Symbian OS and Windows for mobile. Below are some of the design demand for Android application, utility and productivity assistants. The application which help to monitor the working of any devices are known as utility application. Utility application analyze, configure and optimize the performance of the phone. Antivirus which help to keep phone from virus attacks, data compression and backup application also find themselves in the utility sector of application. Some of the other applications that are put in this category are disk cleaning application, memory management application and system monitoring application, etc. Second is organization and time management option. Using Android phone can be very beneficial when time management and organization is considered. This category includes various types of applications like calculator, calendar and converter. Latest applications like barcode scanner and QR scanner are also grouped alongside. Next is entertainment zone. Entertainment is a crucial element of living. Various applications like video app, audio app and photo app find themselves at the peak of the application chart. Audio application which help in proper management of music files, sharing them and even buying a new file forms the basis of this category. Same can be said for video file via video application. Photo application help to manipulate photo and edit them for suitable results. Gaming application which promote online and offline gaming also act as a prime part of the entertainment category. And last one is office tool. No matter where you live or where you go, office work never lets you stay alone. With a wide array of applications, office work can be easily handled even on your Android phone. Office application help us to check and edit document on the go. So these are the 4 design demand for Android application. Next topic is Android application component. In Android, application components are the basic building block of an application. This component will act as an entry point to allow system or user to access our app. The following are the basic core application components that can be used in Android application. First, activity, intents, content provider, broadcast receiver, and service. Now we'll discuss each in little detail. Activities. Android activities in Android represent a single screen with a user interface. It will act an entry point for the users to interact with app. For example, a contact app that is having multiple activities like showing a list of contacts, add a new contact, and add another activity to search for the contact. All these activities in the contact app are independent of each other but will work together to provide a better user experience. Next component is Android intents. In Android, intent is a messaging object which is used to request an action from another component. In Android, intent are mainly used to perform the following things: starting an activity, starting a service, and delivering a broadcast. There are two types of intent available in Android. Those are implicit intent and explicit intent. Next is Android services. In Android, service is a component that keeps an app running in the background to perform long-running operations based on our requirement. For service, we don't have any user interface and will run the apps in the background like play music in background. When the user in different app, we have two types of service available in Android. Those are local service and remote service. Next component is Android broadcast receiver. In Android, broadcast receiver is a component that will allow a system to deliver an event to the app, like sending a low battery message to the app. The app can also initiate broadcast to let other apps know that required data available in a device to use it. Generally, we use intent to deliver broadcast event to other app, and broadcast receiver use status bar notification to let the user know that the broadcast event occurred. Next component is Android content provider. In Android, content providers are useful to exchange the data between the app based on the request. The content provider can share the app data that's stored in the file system, SQL database, on the web, or any other storage location that our app can access. By using content provider, other app can query or modify the data of our app based on the permission provided by content provider. For example, Android provides a content provider to manage contact information. By using proper permission, any app can query the content provider to perform read and write operation on contact information. So all these application components are defined in the Android app description file, Android manifest.xml file, like is shown below. This is how we can define Android application component in Android manifest.xml file. So all these are the main component of Android application. In additional component, we can say that fragments, layouts, view, resources, and manifest file. Fragments means these are used to represent the portion of the user interface in an activity. Layouts, these are used to define the user interface for an activity or app. View, these are used to build a user interface for an app using UI elements like buttons, lists, etc. Resources, to build an Android app, we require external element like image, audio file, and other than coding. Manifest file, it is a configuration file for the application and it will contain the information about activity, intent, content provider, service, broadcast receiver, and permission, etc. So these are the additional component of Android application. Thank you for watching this lecture. For more video, like our YouTube channel, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching this lecture.